Hello! Welcome to the Rotten Horror Picture Show, the horror movie podcast where we talk about films off the Rotten Tomatoes 200 Best Horror Movies of All Time list. My name is Clay. With me, as always, is Amanda. Amanda, how you doing?
You know, I'm okay, but I have a question. I have something that's really bothering me.
Okay.
Do you think the devil doesn't love me enough because he doesn't send me dogs?
Yes.
Damn it.
I was gonna. I'm glad you said that because I forgot to. I wanted to show you a clip from the Omen 3, which we can do when we're done here. The clip is called "Puppy Overload," and is a scene from the Omen 3 where a grown-up Damien, played by the dearly departed Sam Neill, kills a guy by having literally 25 puppies just like trample him to death.
I mean, that's how I want to die.
Yeah.
Hopefully when I'm very old, but yeah, I would prefer to go that way. I hope everyone's writing this down.
What a scene that would be. Like an 85-year-old woman gets
I'm
trampled
terminal,
to death by puppies.
I know I'm going to die in 6 months and it's going to be horribly, horribly painful. And I just say, please euthanize me via puppy stampede.
It's okay. It's what she wanted.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm sure you could bring me to Geneva and they would do it for you.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if Dr. Kevorkian ever offered that. Is that is that a reference that predates your time?
No, I know.
Okay. All right. I never know. All of my references are based in early to mid 90s SNL stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he was a real person.
He was.
So
he was. Ted Kaczynski. That's another one.
You're just saying names that sound vaguely Eastern European to you?
Well, not on purpose, but yeah, I guess that's true. But today, I have bad news. For woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows that time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666. We're talking about the Omen today.
Quoting the Bible at you.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's funny because I remember those things as they appear in movies, or in this case, music, and it's never the same. Like when you go and you read it in the Bible, never the same. Like the one from Ghostbusters, where is Revelation 7:12, and I looked as he opened the sixth seal, and the moon became red as blood, and the seas boiled, and the skies fell. It's not the same.
Well, it depends on what translation of the Bible you're reading.
That's true. That is true. We're going to be talking about Revelations a lot today,
Yay.
which I'm very excited about, because they wouldn't let me do it at youth group. Anyway, we are talking about the Omen from 1976. We're doing the Omen now instead of Let the Right One In, because our Patreon movie for the month of July will be the first Omen, which when I heard that was coming out, I rolled my eyes so hard I almost had a stroke.
Oh.
But then I saw it and I said, "This is pretty good."
Okay.
So,
all right, a ringing endorsement if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, it was the year that I thought Nunsploitation was going to make a big comeback. Because it was...
Did The Nun 2 also come out or something?
Ooh, did it? It might have been the same year, because there was the first Omen, and then there was that Sydney Sweeney movie. Immaculate?
Yes.
Which also pretty good.
Yeah, that one surprised me.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes of that movie are fucking crazy.
Yes. Yes.
It goes places this movie only wishes it could go.
Yeah. Or maybe doesn't, because this movie came out in 1976.
That's true. The Nun 2 might have been around there, but I was kind of hoping, because these things kind of are cyclical, and I never really got to experience Nunsploitation as like a organic movement.
I mean, did anybody really?
Yeah, I keep meaning to dip my toe. I want to watch Killer Nun.
You want to dip your toe into some nuns?
Ugh. No, that's gross.
That's essentially what you said.
Killer Nun. I want to watch that.
Okay.
Then there's also there's another one.
Is it something with nuns in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
Great.
I had it in the front of my brain, but
this
it's
is
gone
good
now.
radio.
Anyway, This is number 136. If you'd like to listen to the first Omen episode, you can do that at patreon.com/the Penske File a little bit later this month. Maybe next week, I think we'll probably be doing that. So end your July with a new habit. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Did not plan that. The Omen from 1976 is number 136 on our list with a 76%. 1976. 136. 76%. That's 3 6s, Amanda.
The algorithm is rigged.
With an 81% audience score. Had you seen this before?
Oh, yeah. So I don't have quite as robust history of like family and friends showing me movies as you do.
Mm-hmm.
I know there were certain key figures in your past who were like the custodians who kind of introduced you to certain genres and like movies were a thing you bonded with them over.
Sure.
But there were some movies that my aunt and uncle would bring to my house when they babysat us.
Now, is this the uncle? No. Because he is a priest.
He is a priest.
You had an aunt who was a nun?
I had a great aunt who was a nun. That's on the other side of my family.
Okay.
I was raised extremely Catholic.
What do you know what your great aunt's views on the nunsploitation genre were?
You know, I don't know. I have a feeling she would be pretty open-minded about it because she quit being a nun.
Yeah.
So
okay,
she was pretty fucking cool, actually.
Right.
She's a cool lady.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, anyway. So my aunt, who was the principal of a Catholic school, would she and her husband would bring movies over when they babysat us, and one of them that she was particularly fond of and was very excited when my parents agreed that we were finally old enough to watch was The Omen.
Okay.
Yes. And so I can literally like hear her voice saying lines from this movie in my head. And that was I was maybe like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
It was awesome.
Kind of a little terrifying.
I had no idea what was going on, but it was great.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, it's always funny to see which of these are the ones that like an authority figure in your life chooses to show. Mm-hmm. And it's usually a situation, I mean, this may not be the case here, but it tends to be a situation where they don't entirely remember everything that happens in the movie.
Oh, my Aunt Beth did.
Oh, she did? Okay,
absolutely.
Well, good for her then.
Yeah. Mind like a steel trap that woman had.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's always that thing where they start it and then you get to a certain point and then they go like, oh no.
Well,
we can fast forward through this part. It's fine.
This movie has virtually has no sex whatsoever.
That's
and,
correct.
And only a modicum of romance, and that romance is church sanctioned because it's between a married couple.
It's true.
It's mostly just, references to Revelation, creepy prophecies, and decapitations.
Yeah.
All things that a 7-year-old should know all about.
Yeah, and it's very much like a don't act out or we'll stab you with consecrated knives.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you also 7?
No. I honestly don't remember the first time I saw this. I feel like it was kind of late. This might have been one of the ones that I watched during my big sort of like horror movie bat mitzvah.
So you were like 12?
She's kind of 15. You go down the list of the classics and it's always it is always one of those funny things that depending on who I talk to, it's like, so you've seen Your Vice is a Locked Room and only I have the key, but you haven't seen like The Godfather. Like it's always that kind of conversation where it's like, you've seen this movie that 5 people have seen.
Yes.
But you haven't seen this movie that was a blockbuster in 1987. It's like, well,
yeah, that was like me being like, A Tale of Two Sisters is an amazing movie. I have never seen Rocky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
I have seen Rocky now, by the way. In case anyone's forgotten, that did happen.
You've seen 1 and 3.
Yes.
Which is very the important ones to see.
Yeah, I don't feel like I missed anything.
You got to see 4. It's got a robot in it. Come on. And Ivan Drago with pec muscles bigger than the state of Texas.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time I saw this. I think it was in that area where I was watching through a lot of stuff. I do remember really liking it. And it's interesting because it definitely, I would say it is a child of The Exorcist to an extent.
Yeah.
And we can get into that as we go. So, I'm going to... Did I know this was a Richard Donner movie? I must have. I love the Christopher Reeve Superman. Richard Donner's always been one of those directors that is very sneaky because he has directed a ton of movies you have probably seen, but you never really... None of them are really that connected to each other, like stylistically or content-wise.
Yeah,
like,
genre.
Yeah, he did The Omen. He did Superman. He did Scrooged.
Oh.
Bill Murray Scrooged. Lethal Weapon.
What?
Yeah. So he's kind of all over the place. He's made a lot of classic movies.
I never would have put any of those movies on a list together. Like, if I were playing the New York Times Connections game and you gave me those 4 movies, like, I would not have put them in the same category. I would have just been like, well, I lose this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or today, whatever.
Just quickly. Oh yeah. Let's just quickly running through his filmography. Superman, Lady Hawk, The Goonies.
What?
Lethal Weapon, Scrooge, Lethal Weapon 2, Radio Flyer, Lethal Weapon 3, Tales from the Crypt, some of those. Maverick, Assassins. Oh, I loved Assassins. Assassins is the GIF of Antonio Banderas like leaning back in a chair and going like, that's from Assassins. That's the only thing most people know about Assassins.
That's the only thing I knew about it.
It's him. It's Banderas and Sylvester Stallone.
Geez.
I haven't watched it probably since it came out in 1995, but I remember really liking it.
What a combo.
Conspiracy Theory. And then unfortunately his last 2 movies before he died were Timeline and 16 Blocks, which are not really much to write home about. But yeah, kind of all over the place as a director. Made a lot of good stuff though. And I didn't skip any movies there. Those are all like, except until you get to like the very last couple, those are all solid movies, if not great movies.
Yeah.
Goonies exception.
Hey, whoa.
I never liked Goonies.
I will not stand for Goonies slander.
I've always been a Monster Squad kid.
I mean, you can like both.
You can't.
I do. We're going to fight tonight.
Yeah.
We haven't recorded together in a long time.
Sure.
It's time for us to fight.
Yep. Back from the other side of the world.
This is how I get fired.
Yeah, now that I got listener Kyle, or should I say a special guest Kyle.
No, don't upgrade him.
And I can call Grim Santo whenever I need. You are expendable, Amanda.
Am I one of the expendables, though?
No, unfortunately not.
Not muscular enough?
Not old enough.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're going to take a quick break, come back and talk about The Omen.
For generations, the Thorns have been a family of tremendous wealth, position, and power. The perfect marriage of Ambassador Robert Thorn and his wife Catherine was fulfilled by the birth of their son, Damien. And then, when the child was 5 years old, something terrible happened. And then it happened again. Was it an accident? Was it murder? Was it a coincidence? Or was it an omen?
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
20th Century Fox presents a film of psychological suspense about an occurrence of earth-shaking importance. Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, The Omen.
I was at the hospital, Mr. Thorn, the night your son was born. I saw its mother.
I have fears. I have fears.
What kind of fears?
Its mother, Mr. Thorn.
You saw my wife.
Its mother.
What is it you're trying to say?
His mother was a...
This
is not a human child. Make no mistake.
There are those who will die for him. There are those who will kill for him. Who is he? What does he want? Where did he come from? And can he be stopped? Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, The Omen. If this is the truth, where does it end?
Okay, The Omen, directed by Richard Donner, written by David Seltzer from an original idea by Harvey Bernard, starring Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. You know, when I was in college,
Yeah,
I had a friend who was really into like the I don't know if I'm getting this right. She'd probably kill me if I didn't. I want to say like the pop punk emo scene, indie rock scene.
Okay.
And she had a bunch of posters and stuff on her wall.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a band called Atticus, and there's a band called Finch. And she actually had them on her wall right next to each other. And I pointed it out. I was like,
And were you like, oh, that's clever?
Yeah. And she looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I said, Atticus and Finch. And then she looked and she was like, oh my God, I did not even realize I did that. Anyway, Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, the scientist from Ninja Turtles 2, the second Doctor Who, number 2 from The Prisoner, Lee Remick, Billy Whitelaw, Harvey Stevens as Damien, and Hell's Handsomest Hound.
Aww.
Amanda,
yes,
what happens in The Omen?
An American ambassador to Britain and his wife may be raising the Antichrist.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's about it.
You wanted to know. I'm not going to go into all that stuff about Megiddo and what have you. Not in the summary.
Yeah.
Bugenhagen. Well, Clay, some things you'll find in The Omen include an A+ Harbinger.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
Yeah, Father Brennan is excellent in terms of just showing up and spouting ominous shit.
Yeah, he really gets into it too, because usually the Harbingers are a lot more general. He really
he has specificity.
Yeah, he was part of the plan, which I don't think I ever realized, because he's got the 6s on him.
I thought he was like trying to redeem himself.
He was, but he
Uh-huh.
was also part of the plan.
Oh, so they kind of baked it in that he was going to try and double cross them?
No. He was legitimately trying to repent.
Yeah.
But he was trying to repent because he was part of the plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought him doing what he was doing was part of the plan. Anyway. You'll also find Satanic Mary Poppins.
Yes, very similar.
Yes.
We're going to have a discussion at the end of this about whether or not this movie has questionable parenting.
Yes.
I will say a tick in the yes column is the fact that this lady just shows up.
And they go,
yeah, okay. Yeah,
all right,
the
she
agency.
seems legit.
Sure.
Yeah. Surprise guard dog.
Yeah. Satanic Mary Poppins, who then just starts bringing stray dogs.
I found this dog outside. He will be your guard dog now.
Well, honestly, I mean,
Look how good he is.
If you look at the scope of history, that's how most people get dogs.
Yeah. Sure.
Just from pure numbers game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have hope is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to one of those countries where they just run the streets.
Sad, though. The street dogs?
Yeah.
They're just so sad.
That's why they need you to make them happy.
I know, but we'll have this. I'll have this sad conversation off mic. Unexpected rugby interlude.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep that scrum tight.
Got to keep that scrum tight.
Best way to do that, play rugby.
A woman who may be too sexy for the White House.
Yeah. When you said that there's no sex in this movie, there is one scene of implied sexual attraction. And even in that moment, I'm like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah, he doesn't feel anything.
Gregory Peck is like, I don't want to say has the least sexual charisma of any actor I've seen, but he's just like, he's so earnest and stalwart that it's like I can't even put my brain into the thing where he'd be like, "Why don't you just drop down those pants and show me that ass?" You know?
Yeah, it would feel like a I don't know, like a cosmos breaking moment.
Yeah, at the beginning when they get the kid,
someone going against their nature.
At the beginning when they get the baby, more accurately, I feel like it would be Gregory Peck going, "Do you have a baby I can have? Because we've never had sex."
Yeah. I don't actually know where they come from.
Yes.
So I'm hoping you know where they come from.
I've just been feeding my wife milkshakes for the past 9 months.
I promised her a baby, and I don't know how to deliver. Anyway, Satanists who are meticulous enough to give a dead jackal a tombstone as a cover story.
Hey, you got to cross those T's and dot those lowercase J's.
Yeah. Very nice. Very helpful postpartum depression. Would you care to explain that one?
Yeah, it just when the mother starts, Kathy, is that her name?
Yes.
When Kathy starts turning on the kid, I was like, oh, that's kind of, she's like having postpartum depression. But it's actually doing her a favor. She should listen to that instinct.
I don't think it counts as postpartum depression when the child is 5.
Is it postpartum?
I mean, that would mean any depression any person who gave birth ever had became postpartum depression.
It's child related.
I don't think it reaches the medical definition.
I mean, I don't know why you're putting a statute of limitations on a mother's emotional attachment to their child.
I just don't think a woman should be reduced to whether or not she's given birth.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
It has everything to do with it. That's the partum part.
Well, yeah, it's post that.
Yeah, why do you have to define her based on when she gave birth?
It doesn't matter anyway. It's not her kid.
Yeah. You will also find the best decapitation ever put on film.
It really is. From what I understand, that was basically completely an accident.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the setup wasn't an accident. So
yeah, how could any part of that be an accident?
What they originally were going to do is going to drop a piece of glass down and cut. So basically, David Warner was going to lean over and like pick something up, and then the glass was going to cut his head off. But when they were trying to do it, the glass kept like feathering out, so it didn't fall straight.
Oh, yeah.
And so the special effects guy was like, "Well, what? I think if I put it on a truck, I can have it like slide out straight."
Yeah, straight.
So they set the whole thing up. They put 7 cameras on this thing,
dude,
and they let it go, and the thing slid off, cut the head off the dummy, and the spinning of the head was just what happened naturally. That like wasn't planned.
The momentum of the glass causing enough force to just send it spiraling up in the air.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think they did it twice, because the first one the glass didn't break the window behind it, so they did it again, and so it was
fantastic.
It's very, very good.
Love it. You'll also find the Diabolical Trinity.
I would also like to say, before we go into the Diabolical Trinity,
sure.
I think this movie is for a movie that is very much about kind of vibes. When they do special effects, they're killer, because you've got the they're all very visceral in a way that a lot of times they don't tend to be.
Yeah.
Especially in a movie like this. And it's like they're very, very impactful. Like when the nanny hangs herself, she doesn't just hang herself. She flings backwards through the window.
Yes.
A lot of glass breaking in this movie.
I have comments about all the glass.
And then there's the head decapitation. And then one of my other favorites is when Kathy falls through the ambulance.
Yes.
I love a good when someone falls on a car and they go through the car. Love it.
Shoddy ambulance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Diabolical Trinity. Any comments?
I love how much crap they make up in this. Like
Yes.
any movie that has to do with Antichrist and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, it's like 99% made up.
Yeah, it's when I say made up, I mean not from a citable source.
Right. Yes.
But yeah, they just make up what they need to.
Yep.
And sure, yeah, the diabolical trinity, 3 sixes, the opposite of
mocking God.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
what it's like is the devil, the beast, and something else. I don't remember.
In this movie, it is the devil, the Antichrist, and the false prophet.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
3 different people though.
Yes.
But Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, technically one. Such is the mystery of faith.
Anyway, you'll also find surprise birthmark on the child you've raised since infancy.
Yeah, you pointed that out when we were going over this, and I had never considered that
Yeah.
before. I thought maybe, as I was thinking about it, aren't there some birthmarks that show up later? Like they aren't necessarily there exactly when you're born. Also, let's not forget, demon. So, no rules.
Okay.
It could show up whenever.
Fair enough. I accept.
But, yes,
Yes.
a little bit weird.
A little bit weird.
Yep.
You'll also find magic camera, magic knives.
Yes. The magic knives.
They have to be those specific knives.
Yeah.
You have to stab him first with this one in the heart.
Yep.
And then the others must radiate out from there.
Yes. We will talk about that. That has always been the part of the movie that kind of loses me a little bit. And also, it never occurred to me until watching this time how among all the other stuff going on, there's also a magic death camera.
Yes.
Where, like, if you were pitching me this idea, and I was like, okay, let me hear what you got.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, Antichrist, child,
Right.
not theirs, changeling,
Child
whatever.
switched at birth. He, Omen animals start freaking out around him. He can't go into churches.
Yeah.
Creepy black dog shows up.
And there's one guy
Yeah.
who also has a camera that can show how you're going to die.
Yes.
I would say great stuff. Probably don't need the camera thing.
Probably lose the camera thing.
Little hat on a hat action there, I think. But for some reason, it works in this.
I agree.
But,
and are we going to now say
yes,
questionable or not?
questionable parenting.
Yeah. I'm questioning if this parenting is questionable.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean they do have good instincts, minus the letting the stranger and the strange dog into their house.
I mean, so the defense I will give about letting Mrs. Baylock kind of just show up is they are exceedingly rich. And they are used to being catered to a little bit, right?
Sure.
Like they have so much, like there's staff in that house, right?
Yeah.
There's at least, you see like 3 or 4 different people throughout the movie that work in the house for this family. And in that scene initially, they each think the other person found her.
Yep.
And then they go confront her. And she's like, oh no, I'm just from the agency.
Yeah.
Like the agency heard that this girl died, and so they sent me instead. And it's sort of like, oh. And then they must check it. Because they say they're gonna.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah.
Other things probably come up. Honestly though, I would after the dog thing.
Yeah.
That's when you check. It's like,
She's bringing stray dogs
yeah,
in.
she's got references. She said the agency. Okay, benefit of the doubt, maybe.
I think if in the
I got a lot of stuff to deal with. I'm an ambassador.
Yeah.
The easiest
my nanny just
ambassador
hanged
job.
herself out the back of my house during
Yeah.
a child's birthday party.
Man, a lot of pressure on that clown to save the party, huh?
Yeah, he didn't do a good job. Yeah, I don't know. We can keep the questionably questionable parenting in the back of our minds, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because he goes. I guess it's tough to say because if anything, I don't think the parenting is questionable as much as maybe the relationship is questionable with between the husband and the wife. Because I feel like she's putting out a lot of signals, being like, "Listen, something's not wrong here." He's not really paying attention to any of them, and she ends up dead.
Yeah.
So
No, that's a big
yeah.
We'll definitely talk about that. Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
The Omen. What'd you think?
I love this movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
it can drag a little bit, which sounds weird to say when it's like everything is prophecy and traveling to abandoned cemeteries in the Italian countryside to dig up the corpse of a jackal that gave birth to the Antichrist. Like, feels weird to say that parts of a movie that has that get a little draggy, but parts of it do.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like my point of view on that stuff is you get one of those scenes, and this movie has at least two. Like, I would say the going to the cemetery. I love that scene. Don't have a problem with it. It's when you start going to like the secret city, and then number 2 shows up to tell you about the knives and stuff.
Yes.
And like, we're at a point in this where I feel like this thing should be like picking up a bit here.
Right. We could have maybe cut out like it's that part in the middle towards the end there where Robert has hooked up with Jennings, the photographer, and Jennings is like, first, come to my studio. Look at these photos. Now, quick cut. We're in the priest's house. The cops just let me come in here because they thought he was insane. So
that's
they
a
don't
weird
care.
cut that he's like coming to my house. And it's like, also, I live next door to the priest. He doesn't say that, but that's what it seems like. No, but
that's what it feels like. And then it's like, okay, they do that. And then they're like, now let's go back to Italy. We're going to go back to where the hospital was. Okay, we're in the hospital. Now we're done with the hospital. We've gone to the monastery. Now we're done with the monastery. We're in the cemetery. Now we're done with the cemetery. We're back somewhere else. It doesn't really matter where. Now we're going to Megiddo.
I completely forgot about the monastery thing.
Now we're back.
Guy with the two-face face.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's weird because each of those scenes alone I like.
Yeah.
But when you string them all together that quickly, and I think part of what bothers me is that you just leave Kathy.
Yeah, that's
like she's been so integral to the movie up until then, and she's the one whose deep suspicion has really been building, and like she's the one who's been on this sort of front row seat journey of being with Damien much more one-on-one than Robert ever is. And she is the one who was clearly like kind of like primary parent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so it seems at the beginning that her desire to be a parent and a mother and to have a child is the thing that makes him feel like he has to lie to her in the first place. And like she's so bonded to Damien at the beginning of the movie and such a doting mother that her journey from that to whispering to her husband in the hospital bed, please don't let him kill me.
No, I'm sorry. Does that happen postpartum?
I find that arc so compelling and so heartbreaking, and then you just sort of drop her story and like leave her there,
literally,
and then she dies.
Yeah,
and then like you couldn't even stick with her until she's dead, and then have him go off on the vision quest or whatever.
Yeah,
because it just feels weird. It feels weird to know like. And, you know, all of the harbingers are saying your wife is in danger. Your wife is going to die. She's in trouble. And he just still leaves her?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And isn't it a hallmark of an unenlightened generation that the wife has to stay home with the demon kid while the husband gets to travel the world looking for who knows what?
Yep. I did say kind of half jokingly to you that I think this movie is about the hubris of the patriarchy and Satan punishing them for it.
It is kind of funny to think of like Gregory Peck in Italy talking to a monk who's catatonic and had his face blow off, who scribbles out an unreadable word on the floor, and he's like, fascinating. And then you cut back to Kathy, and she's like, he's trying to kill me.
Right. Like Mrs. Baylock is lurking in her hospital waiting for her moment to strike.
Yeah.
And Gregory Peck's just like, buongiorno.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess at that point, he's gone through enough shit that when he gets the call that his wife is dead, he's kind of like, yeah, okay. Like, because if I feel like his response is pretty, obviously he's not going to like cry because Gregory Peck doesn't really do that, but he's just kind of like, yeah, it happened. Kathy's dead. And instead of being like, I'm sorry, what do you mean she's dead?
Yeah.
How did she die?
Yeah, she was in the hospital with a broken arm.
Yeah. They very, probably for the sake of pacing, don't explain the explanation as to, well, some people say that she jumped.
Right,
but we think we saw someone push it. Who gives a shit?
But, now that we're talking about this, I'm just realizing now that I think part of my problem with this section of the movie that we've jumped straight to, skipping over everything else.
You guys know what happens.
Yeah, Antichrist kid. Anyway, I think
if you don't talk to Kyle, he watched all of them after his embarrassing display in trivia.
An expert now. I think the fact that Kathy dies when Robert is so far away from her, and he has this sort of, he's clearly supposed to be sort of shell-shocked, but he does have this very stoic man response to it of just, she's dead, And then
that Walter Cronkite thing where the only emotion he shows is he takes his glasses off.
Yes. And then he and the photographer go to Israel, go to the Middle East and go to Megiddo and get the magical knives. And he says to the photographer, I won't kill a child. I won't participate in it. And then it's the photographer getting killed in front of him is the thing that makes him go, fuck, I gotta go kill my kid. That
is the best part about the knives.
Yeah.
Is that he's like, his reaction there is the correct one, which is like, this is insane.
Yes.
Because when they were, I guess the original version of this script was a lot more witchcrafty. Like there was covens and there was all this kind of other shit. And Richard Donner was like, no, we got to get rid of all that stuff.
Yes.
Anything that happens in this movie has to be something that could plausibly just have happened normally. So it's up to you more or less to decide whether or not this is supernatural or just one guy's horrible week.
Yeah.
And knowing that, the knives thing sticks out to me as being like, man, this is like so magic though.
Yeah.
Like that's the most objectively or outwardly magical thing. But his response to it is the correct one, which is like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm in this.
Not just stupid, but insane.
Yeah, this is insane. I'm in this, buried city in Jerusalem or something with this guy I don't know who's telling me these are the knives I need to kill my son. This is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And then he throws them away. And then after the photographer gets killed, like the next shot is him on the plane with the knives.
Clutching the knives,
Which is like also the right response.
Right. I guess it just feels weird to have this movie start with the relationship of the family unit.
Yeah.
Being the central concern, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Like the movie starts with, I think the first line of the movie is the child is dead.
Great way to start a movie.
It's a great way to start a movie. And it's this kind of like dark, difficult to see exactly like what environment you're in, of Gregory Peck like driving somewhere. And then he's kind of just in the hospital. And he's talking to the priest because it's a Catholic hospital in Italy. And they're having this conversation about like, we'll just take this baby. Take this one. She doesn't have to know. Like, you don't have to, like, you can still have your family. You can still have everything you want. Just take the baby and don't tell her.
This movie's really about the danger of taking in strays.
I do think it's a little bit about how even when you're trying to do the right thing, I think for Robert Thorn, there is that selfish kernel beneath it all of he also doesn't want to confront having lost his son.
Yeah.
And then he definitely does not want to deal with a wife who has to confront the loss of her son.
It's
and so he's sort of like, this is an easy and convenient way out.
It's an interesting point to start the movie at.
Yeah.
Especially when at this point you haven't seen the wife at all.
Yeah.
Because you're only getting the point of view of this entire situation from him.
Exactly.
And based on the way, I mean, obviously there's extenuating circumstances later, but based on the way she reacts to being pregnant later, who's to say whether or not she wanted the first baby?
Yeah.
You know,
true.
like it could be him being like, oh, she really wants to have this child. And they just never really talked about it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But because we come in from his point of view, all we know is he knows she really wants this child.
Right.
So there's no way I could tell her
Yeah.
about what happened.
And I do think when you learn more about Robert Thorn as the movie progresses and you take it all in context, he's a successful politician.
Mm-hmm.
He's very well connected. He's former college roommates with the current president in the movie.
Yep. His wife, and I think at least one other person makes allusions to him being president one day.
Yes, yeah. They make a comment about Damien inheriting the Thorn millions. So he's obviously wealthy. Like he's a wealthy, well-connected man with political aspirations. And I think especially at that period in America, one of the good ways to polish up your image is to be a good family man.
Sure.
Right? So
Yeah.
he has a beautiful wife and now an adorable son.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, there's I don't want to be too mean to Thorn because I do think that like the movie very much portrays him as a good guy. Like he's trying to do the best he can.
Yeah.
He's trying to do the right thing. I think he genuinely loves his wife and genuinely loves his son until everything turns, and that's why he has such a hard time.
I mean, that's what
with
makes
everything that happens.
the only reason the movie works.
Yes.
Is because you believe that Gregory Peck loves his family, loves this child, and thinks that, like, what needs to happen to get him to the point where he's willing to kill this child is insane.
Yes.
And that's why that stuff all works.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he is like America's dad, kind of.
Yes.
From that era.
But I do think the idea of coming out of that hospital without a baby at the very beginning of that movie, it would be damaging for him personally. It would be damaging for his relationship.
Yeah.
It would be damaging for him in a publicity way.
Yeah.
Because people, especially back then, could be very cruel about women losing a baby.
Yeah.
And, you know, what's wrong with you people and kind of thing. And like, when are you going to try again? And, why can't she get pregnant? And then it becomes suspicious. And
yeah.
So I do think there's a layer of that too, where he's trying to fulfill a certain social expectation.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you, but
you also can disagree with me.
Yeah. I guess my thing is that, like, they kind of go out of their way to make his feelings on the matter pretty pure.
Yeah.
You know, so like I like he's a politician, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does.
He's an ambassador.
Well, I know that, but like I don't know what he does. Like is being ambassador to England the easiest one? It's got to be pretty easy, right?
It's pretty easy, but it's also very, at least to my very limited understanding, I welcome criticism and correction, but I think it's also a pretty prestigious one.
Sure.
Because the US and the UK have their quote unquote special relationship.
Yeah.
So it's a very cushy position.
Yeah.
It's tells something about, you know, it says something about Robert that he's appointed to this specific position.
Yeah.
Because it's high profile.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, you never get presented with a decision he's made or a line of dialogue implying that anything he's done is for an ulterior motive other than the fact that he loves his family.
Sure.
Right? So there's never like a moment where he implies something about the perception of X or whatever, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. But I do think other characters do make those implications. Like the photographer Jennings during the birthday party says, "I don't know if I'm here to see." I think he's the one who says the heir to the Thorn millions or the next coming of Jesus Christ.
Sure.
And
close.
Right. And I think he's implying that birthday party is a show.
Okay.
That's
sure.
why press is there. That's why important political
Who's
friends
he with?
are there.
What publication does Jennings work for?
get the sense he's one of those freelance photographers who will
showing up.
just send his photos to anyone.
I wish there was a scene in the movie like halfway through where Thorn turns to him and goes, "Who are you?
Yeah.
Why do you keep following
Do
me?"
you have like a resume or something? But I
And he just says, "Well, the agency sent me." He's like, "Oh,
yeah.
that's fine.
No, that's fine. We
Get in
love
the
the
car."
agency. I do want, like, I just can't, I won't belabor this point any further after this, but I do think by the nature of making him such a high profile political figure, and you do see scenes throughout the movie where he is with important other people and they are invited into personal moments in his life.
Yeah.
And also he's schmoozing with people, and the photographers are coming up and kind of harassing him, and he's going to some high profile wedding at a church, and he and Kathy are very insistent that Damien will come.
Yeah.
Even though they have a nanny. You can leave the 5-year-old home. You don't need him to come to this church wedding. But
At the same time, the balls on that woman.
yeah. Oh, no,
be-
we will talk about her. Yeah.
To be like, nah, he doesn't need to go.
But what I'm saying is the only real reason they would demand that Damien has to come
Sure.
is
Yeah.
because of the optics.
That's fair.
And I think it doesn't mean that they love each other any less, but I do think there is an acute awareness of the public perception and them being in these really high profile positions.
Yeah. I do like, though, that they can manage to just sort of like kiss the outsides of these situations
Yeah.
without having to get into them.
Oh, totally.
Whose wedding? I don't know.
Yeah.
Never comes up again.
Does it matter? Absolutely not.
Who's the president? I don't know.
Yeah.
Never comes up again until the very end. But
Yeah, but who
Sort
he
of.
is, we
Never
we
see
just
him.
sort of see that he
see
exists.
the back of his
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and that's kind of what I like, is that the focus stays on the family, and it stays on Thorn and Thorn's being pulled into this craziness and
that the real reason any of this is included is sort of more to give the context about why the Satanists wanted to place
that's true. Yeah.
to place him with Thorn so much.
Could have been literally anybody.
It
but-
could have been literally anybody, but they wanted someone rich and,
Yeah.
and politically.
Well, the stakes, I mean, as if the stakes of raising the Antichrist weren't high enough.
Yeah.
Having him, the implication being that your position in society and in government will directly deliver the son of Satan to the head of the world.
Yep.
That's pretty heavy
Part
shit.
of it's what the poem says.
Did you watch or read Good Omens?
Yes.
We watched the show, and I vaguely, it's been a while since I've seen it. I vaguely remember there being a sequence that was very similar to this.
Yes.
Was it something like, was it specifically linked to the Omen, where it was supposed to be like, oh, this is actually like the other side of the Omen or something?
It's sort of a farcical version of the situation where the evil, quote unquote, evil Satanists, the group on the side of the demons is so inept. I haven't watched or read this in a really long time, but my memory is it's that they're inept enough that they fuck up the swap.
Right, that's
and
what it is.
the baby
Okay.
goes to the wrong family. He goes to like a super normal family.
Yeah,
and
they
ends up becoming like a fairly normal kid.
and I think they like make, well, not direct. They make a direct allusion to this, where it's
Yes.
like the people coming to get the baby. It's like an ambassador and his wife or something like that.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
I think so.
That shit was okay.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about the whole Neil Gaiman thing.
That's fine. But yeah, I think the road that this all sends him down is very it's very fun, because there's so many things that happen that, at least at the beginning, that are innocuous, unless you have a harbinger telling you that it's all on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, like the babysitter. One of my favorite lines is when he's trying to go into the building and the reporters are messing with him, and the reporter says, "Did you know she was on drugs?" And he doesn't fall for it. He goes,
Yeah.
"Was she on drugs?"
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
trying to bait him into saying, "Oh yeah, she was on drugs."
Right, or definitively no, she was not on drugs.
Right.
Well, the article said she was on drugs, and he was just like, I don't care what the article said.
Yeah. But yeah, like, that you can kind of explain away as like, people do crazy shit.
Yeah.
But then, the deeper you go, and then with the priest and everything, I think the priest is a really interesting character because, again, like, I've watched this movie, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 times. This is the first time that I think I picked up on the fact that the priest was actually part of the demonic swapping situation, as I was saying. Because the only time that you find that out really is when they're talking about his autopsy photos, and they say he's got the 3 6s on his leg.
Yeah, he makes an allusion to it when he's having one of his arguments with Thorn, where Thorn is like, I don't ever want to see you again. And he says as Thorn's walking away, you'll see me again when we're both in hell.
Yeah.
And so he which is a weird thing for a priest to say, right?
Yeah.
Like, generally they might be a little bit like, well, I can only hope that I've done enough here on earth to earn my seat next to the Heavenly Father, but they're not going to be like, yeah, oh no, I'm definitely going to be in hell. 100% straight to hell with me.
Right.
It's like, well, you're a priest. Like,
not a very good one.
No, not if you're bringing the Antichrist into the world.
Yeah. Which I do like because, again, they keep their circle they keep their scrum tight in this movie. Ooh, almost got you.
Oh my God.
One of these days it's gonna happen.
Oh my God. Especially if you somehow remember to keep their scrum tight in there.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
You will keep your scrum tight. Good.
They keep their scrum tight in this movie. And even to the point where this conspiracy to bring about the Antichrist.
Can I just back up to the fact that, like, you really want to get me to spit take on Mike?
Yeah.
It's just going to ruin your mic.
Oh, that is fine.
Worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Anyway, please continue. I'm sorry.
Not only your mic, but possibly my clothes too.
That's what you're going to be in for. Is if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it a la over dramatic Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
really
if it's organic and you're not pretending for my own sake, I'm going to hit that like Michael Jackson hitting the fan during Black and White,
or like the flash dance scene where she just dumps all the water over herself.
I'm here for it.
All right.
What was I saying?
Sorry.
Yeah. So they keep the circle small enough that even the vast conspiracy to bring about the Antichrist is only very tangentially mentioned.
Yes.
Where you've got the Mrs. Baylock, who you don't know who she's working for, and you've got the priest. All you know, there's a bunch of 6s involved.
Yep.
Anything past that, nobody knows, and anybody who does know is dead.
Yeah, and even as he starts to try to trace it back, it still stays like the priest he goes and finds in the monastery, who's been injured and mangled by this fire, is the priest from the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it's not a new person. It's not an expanded group. It's just sort of putting a period at the end of that priest's storyline. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is these kind of things, as we've run into these things in the past in these movies we've watched, where they get too enticed by the potential lore of it all.
Yeah, the esoteric.
Yeah, and they let their character go on too much of an exploration that reveals too much information to the point where you're like, I don't care.
Right.
And they just very smartly, by focusing it so heavily on Thorn's point of view, you're only getting, except for the times that they split off for his wife, basically. That's about it. Primarily, anyway.
Yeah.
You're only getting this information as it's happening to him.
Yeah.
So, like, he's getting this stuff, and he's like, I don't know what's going on here. You don't know what's going on here. My child might be a demon.
Right.
Thankfully, there's nobody here to be like, let me tell you what really happened.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, you got to go talk to that guy.
Right. And all Robert wants is that person who can tell him what really happened.
Yeah.
Right. And the whole sequence of him bouncing around all across, Europe and the Middle East is him trying to find that person or that piece of evidence, and he kind of finds something, but it's also focused on what he finds most important, which is the boy I have been raising as my son really some sort of evil force? / what happened to my biological son?
He got a big old hole in his head.
Right. But it's I like that that's his motivation, is it's very focused in still on his family.
Right, yeah.
Like the baby who died and the boy he raised. Like that's where he is. He's not like, wait a minute, so where did Father Brennan come from? Like who why did why did he decide to stop being a Satanist?
Right.
Or where's the nun? Or who's this? Like it's not that. He just wants answers about these children.
So this is a good example of one of my pet peeves that I think I've talked about in the past, and I haven't really had a great example to show the difference, but this is a good one. Where one of the things I don't like is when the middle of your movie is your main character just trying to find out, quote, what's going on. And a lot of times they will say that in dialogue. But there's a real, I mean, you could argue, be like, well, isn't that what every movie is? Every mystery is finding out what's going on. And I would say no.
Yeah.
And this movie's a good example because, as you were saying, Thorn's drive is very specifically tied to his family.
Yeah.
And it's not just, let me find the piece of paper that gives me 5 minutes of exposition.
And he's not out to find the Satanists.
Right. Oh, yeah. He doesn't give a shit.
Right. Yeah. He's not trying to track down, like, who's helped birth this baby from a jackal and, like, who's doing this.
Yeah.
Who is the group trying to help introduce the Antichrist into society.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm freaked out about my family right now.
Right. Yeah. And it very easily, the bad version of this could be being more caught up in the...
He becomes like God's representative and a crusader of light.
Even not even that big. It's just like, you have a character spend enough time in a library, eventually people are just reading newspapers on screen.
Right.
And that's where I think the disconnect is, where you get into telling a story like this, and it's so easy to get caught up in the weeds and the why, and not as much as the what.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
So you want to talk about Mrs. Baylock?
Let's do it.
She kind of sucks, huh?
I was just going to say, she's great.
No tip for that woman.
What?
She just killed my wife.
Oh.
Just dropped awkwardly off of a balcony.
I mean, she did say she would protect your child from anything.
That's true.
Though.
Okay, fine.
That was her stated.
If you are going by, does she protect the child? The answer is yes.
Yeah, she does it. She stalls it all enough and causes enough chaos that the cops come, and that's how we get the ending of this movie.
So yes, aside from the fact that she is doing so in order to bring about the end of the world, she's a great nanny.
Yes.
Stray dog aside.
Yep.
Although she finds a good one.
I mean, the dog is great.
Yeah, dog's pretty solid, actually.
Yeah, physically and metaphorically.
Yeah, he's too cute.
He's so cute.
He's too cute to be a hellhound.
But I think all dogs are cute. So
yeah, it's tough. It's a tough.
How do you find the dog that's like not cute?
I think you got to find a weirder looking dog.
But
There's
then
some
everybody's
weird looking
distracted
dogs.
by how weird looking they are.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess Rottweilers are notoriously, big and loud, and
I think that he's intimidating.
Yeah,
he's cute, but he's intimidating.
What if it was like a tiny pit bull?
Hell's Chihuahua.
I've met Hell's Chihuahua. Hell's Chihuahua lives down the street.
Oh.
Yeah, there's Finnegan, our dog Finnegan, loves Hell's Chihuahua.
Aww.
There's these two Chihuahuas, one of whom is like kind of a bit more reserved, and the other one who just, as soon as you come into its field of view, acts as though it's going to tear you to pieces.
Nice.
And so Finnegan, it just like matches that energy.
Yeah.
So you've got this little goblin going, and then Finnegan's going like, and they're just running back and forth. And I can't let him go because this is on like a street.
Yeah.
So I'm
Getting
doing,
yanked back and forth like
I'm
a cartoon
doing,
character.
Yeah, I'm doing suicide drills with my dog.
For El Chihuahua del Infierno.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the dogs from Omen 3 are actually even cuter, if you can believe it. So it's a bunch of like hunting dog type dogs. So it's like this guy gets taken down by 25 big old floppy ear dogs.
Oh. Love it.
Yeah, she's Baylock's great. Her
Yeah.
performance is great.
She has that perfect balance of like chipper and ominous.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love the scenes with her where you can kind of see her in the background.
Yeah.
Like there's one specifically where when Robert comes into Damien's bedroom one night and it's after the dog confrontation. Like this is our new stray dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he's told Mrs. Baylock, you have to get rid of that dog. And she's sort of like, all right, whatever you say. And then her bedroom is off of Damien's.
Mm. Yeah, you can see her.
And you see her like behind, like when Robert comes in and the camera is sort of like Damien's in the bed and then Robert is facing him and the camera and she's back behind him, just silhouetted in the doorway before she like very slowly closes the door.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah. They do a lot of really great stuff with her. I do find this overall is interesting as a sort of a son of the Exorcist. That they both kind of approach these things from a similar standpoint where it's like, how do we make this as real as possible? Mm-hmm. Which is also interesting because as I was watching this, my thought was, of all the Catholic horror movies that come out of the 70s, this is the most Catholic. I've revised that because I think this one is mostly, for lack of a better term, made up. Whereas like The Exorcist is dealing specifically with faith. And the concept of good versus evil and the existence of God.
Yeah.
This is more just kind of playing with the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't even go into a church until the end of the movie. You know, like there's not a lot of like Christian imagery and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is fascinating to me that these movies hit so hard, being the concept being, let's take a supernatural horror story that is very specifically tied to the majority, I assume, the majority faith of the United States, and make it seem as real as possible. And it just like fucks everybody up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Christianity writ large is definitely the majority faith of the United States. Yeah. I think there's also like, you if you're a giant nerd like me, you watch this movie and you think, wow, you could write a really interesting paper with this, The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, definitely three sides of the same coin.
Yes. Yes, you know those three-sided coins.
Yeah. And it is interesting to think about the time in which these are coming out and like why is it that span of, what is that, like 7 years, 6 or 7 years? 8 years maybe? Yeah, I think it's about 8 years. Where you've got these really high mark movies that are all about parental anxiety at different points. It's actually really fascinating because they're about very specific different points of being
it's like
parents.
You're becoming a parent and you're pregnant and you're about to have a baby, and then it's you've had the baby, now you have a toddler and a small child, and then it's with The Exorcist, your child is now hitting like puberty and is becoming an adult.
Yeah. It's
covering all the bases.
And I mean, it probably, well, I guess this is true of every generation, but it probably hit at a time where like the main demographic is probably going through these life changes a lot. Because I don't know if you know this, but every year millions of people become parents.
Why?
Every year.
What?
Yeah.
Every all of them, all the
pretty much every day. Yeah.
Today?
Yes. At least one.
That's fucked up.
It is. It's crazy, right?
That's fucked up.
You know, it would be fun to know if there was ever, maybe there's a story in this somewhere, if there was ever a day where nobody was born. like a day in history.
Yeah.
Where it's like
the day the earth stood still.
October
but
10th.
It's just births.
October 10th,
Yeah.
1575. There were no births.
No births.
I don't know. That's fun.
I don't think that worked that way.
No? They didn't really keep records that
True.
well.
Yeah, we couldn't possibly know.
I'm saving that. I can use that for something. Yeah, but here they Rosemary's Baby, not a Catholic movie though. Very much a parental movie, not really. I wouldn't say that's in the exact. That's like a little bit of an offshoot because it's not a church movie.
Catholic movie, but you are in the movie presupposing the existence of a devil.
That's true.
So
that
it's
is
a Christian movie.
I would say honestly,
but not a Catholic one.
You know what it actually is? It is especially given how old the two main characters are.
Mm-hmm.
That's around the time where probably if you were brought up in the church, you're probably out of it. And so to be having a child and then there's a demonic thing happening, that's kind of interesting. I don't really know what I'm trying to say about this, but it is an interesting link where all of these movies are very rooted in quote unquote Christian lore. Yeah. But Rosemary's Baby is kind of more of just like a general devil. But still, it's like it's a devil for someone who doesn't go to church anymore, you know?
Yeah, but it is a devil for somebody whose reference points were Christian.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
What was going on then, man?
With
Crazy shit.
The 60s?
Nothing going on in the world in the late 60s, early 70s, huh?
Yeah, just like right now.
Pretty boring.
Nothing happening. Everything's boring, really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was 76 when Nixon left office?
Oh, God, don't ask me.
Did you know his first vice president also had to resign? Spiro Agnew?
I feel like I vaguely knew that.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Cool.
Not a lot of trustworthy people over there.
Yeah. Shocking.
What else is new,
yeah.
right?
Everything old is new again.
What else can we talk about with this movie?
Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say, are we moving on from Mrs. Baylock?
Unless you'd like to talk more about her.
Well, you had read a bit of trivia about her that I found really interesting.
Please remind me what it was.
Which was that there had been a debate about whether or not to retain her in the movie.
Yes, that is true. Let me see if
I just thought that was a really interesting kind of thought experiment of what this movie might be like if they had cut that character, how the tone and the mood of this might have changed a little bit.
Yes, it says the producers and Richard Donner were debating whether or not to keep the Mrs. Baylock character because while the rest of the movie was subtle enough to keep you guessing if it was really a demonic conspiracy or just a series of coincidences, Mrs. Baylock was so over-the-top evil, it was pretty clear she was straight from hell. This killed the ambiguity and suspense of the rest of the movie, but Donner loved Billy Whitelaw so much in this role he just couldn't bear to see her go. And my response to that was, she was too over the top, but the magic death camera was fine.
Right.
But yeah, it's. But
I do understand like what this is getting at, which is kind of they do a lot of work in this movie to keep things relatively grounded in reality. But there is a version of this movie where they lean even more heavily into that.
Yeah. And
it leaves you even more unsure of whether or not Damien is actually the Antichrist or if this is some sort of psychosis that people fell into. I think,
if the script was that much more supernatural and Donner's instinct was to go even more realistic, I think they actually found the perfect mix.
Yeah.
Because you do get this pretty ambiguous, I mean even like the death camera, it's like, yeah, you could explain that away if you really wanted to.
Yeah. It really is in this movie the accumulation, right?
Right.
It's the accumulation of all of these things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they keep things, there's just enough supernatural stuff. And again, I think this is part of what's nice about them not going in really digging deep into this stuff because if you do, you're kind of clearly making a distinction of which way you're going.
Right. Yeah.
But keeping it more surface level allows you to play with that ambiguity. I want to talk about the Book of Revelation briefly.
Please.
Has always been my favorite.
Okay.
And
you don't like what is it, like genealogies?
I think genealogies is a test because I think that's there specifically to see whether or not you really want to read the Bible.
Yeah.
Because it happens.
Don't you want to know who begat whom?
Yeah, it happens. I believe it's in Genesis, the first book. And you get through the Garden of Eden stuff.
Yes.
And you're like, okay,
yeah,
pretty good, pretty interesting beginning here. We get some snakes. We get people thrown out of paradise. We get the first.
I think we get like Cain and Abel.
I think Cain and Abel through there. It
Yeah.
might even be. Is it after the flood? Anyway, you're getting some of the classic stuff.
I think it's after the flood.
And then they hit you with literally like 100 pages
of lists
of people and their progeny.
Yeah. Yes.
And I tried to do it twice.
Oof.
And for some reason, neither of those times did I go, I could probably skip this. When I was in the church that I used to go to every year, I think it was every year, we used to do a Bible verse, like it was called a versathon, where we would raise money for a trip we were going to go on by doing like, you get your sponsors and see how many verses from the Bible you're going to memorize, right? And
like how you said right to me, like I had ever heard of this concept before.
Yeah,
following right along with you, we all did this.
And
we didn't do this.
Our mutual friend Dave and I went to the same church, and we were joking about how funny it would be to try and memorize genealogies. And one of the parents in charge said, like, I will give you double everything everybody else gives you if you can memorize like a one page of the genealogies. Jesus. I don't think he got all of it, but he did pretty good. Anyway, that's the boring part. This church that I went to, it was a Protestant church, so it was more interested in digging into the book than say a Catholic church would be. And so I was psyched when we got in, when the youth group that I was in was like, all right, we're going to start, talk about different stuff. And my hand just popped up and I was like, when are we going to talk about Revelations? Yeah. And the youth pastor's like, we're not. And I was like, why? He said, because it's too complicated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's complicated? It's monsters and shit. The Horsemen of the Apocalypse and all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
I think hell of a way to end the book.
Yeah.
Going out real strong.
Yep. Go out with a bang.
What do you do after? How do you end a book after horrible torture, death, and resurrection of your main character? You just play a guitar solo.
Yeah.
Of insanity.
Yeah, you're like, and the next time this happens, listen to how fucking crazy it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great ending.
Yeah.
Has been a source of artistic work for 2,000 years. Big fan. And then when you actually look into it, it's like, well, actually, technically, it's all about the Roman state, and it's like, I don't care, man.
Yeah. Parts of it are actually
open the
very
seventh seal
when you read
seas of blood. The beast will come from the ocean, which is apparently politics.
Yep, the ocean is politics.
That's one of those things where it's like they kind of. You can interpret this shit however you want. It's like, it's politics.
And like the poem talks about the Roman Empire. Well, we think that's an allusion to the common market.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember Nostradamus?
I mean, was I alive when he was alive? No, I don't
No.
have like a firsthand memory of him.
I want to know what happened to Nostradamus because when I was younger,
oh yeah, there were all the like prophecies of
everywhere. Nostradamus was all over TV.
Yeah.
Fox had like 25 Sci-Fi Channel. Every other month there was a show about Nostradamus, and I thought that was the coolest shit.
Do you
ever.
remember? Were any?
He
of
predicted
his...
9/11.
Were any of his prophecies like time specific? Was this like the Aztec calendar, Mayan calendar freak out that everybody had?
Ooh, that's a
like
great question.
15 years ago?
I don't think so. I just remember that the story was like so beautifully what's the word I'm looking for? Opaque. That it's like it's the best kind of conspiracy thing because you can't rationally punch a hole in it because the thing was
because the minute you engage with it as it is written, you have lost.
Yeah. And even so, the whole thing was like, Nostradamus had all these predictions that he put into a book, and then before he died, he threw the book up in the air, so no one knows what pages are in what order.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not chronological. So literally any page you're reading could potentially be about the assassination of JFK.
Did he get that far? We'll never know.
I don't know. Yeah, but he was big for a while in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I have no
idea. He should make a comeback. Also, the Bermuda Triangle.
Should
huge
also make
in
a
the
comeback?
90s. What happened? Nobody disappears there anymore?
No, see now like boats and planes go in that area and they all have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And so people are just like texting.
Man, cell phones ruin everything.
True. I will not argue that.
But yeah, Bermuda Triangle was huge in the 90s. Sightings. Have you ever watched Sightings? Have we talked about Sightings?
I have not watched it, but I know what it. I know of it.
I rediscovered it on YouTube. Has like every episode. So good. It's the. I actually. I'm going way off topic here. I'm sorry. I'm just being nostalgic about my childhood conspiracy interests. I was watching an episode of Sightings, and I just was like, you know what? I'm going to look this up. It's been 30 years. It was the woman in question that they were talking to had a daughter who was murdered. And the whole thing was about finding the person who killed her daughter, blah, 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 blah. I can't remember the specifics of the story, other than I looked this woman up. She's the woman who wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I think you told me that. I think maybe when we did that movie or we watched one of them recently.
Yeah, it was
That's
pretty weird. And I had an article about it open on my computer in a tab for literally months.
Yeah.
Until I decided to close it without reading it.
Yeah, and you never read it.
I'm sure it was great though.
Probably was fascinating.
Anyway, Book of Revelation, great.
Do you feel fulfilled now that you've gotten to talk about it?
It won't be the last time.
I know.
Yeah. It'll come up again.
Oh, fair enough.
Whatever children's movie we do next. Yeah, this this is the one that I guess of the three of them, this is the only one that like really directly cites, quote unquote, cites scripture. The Exorcist is much more about faith, and I mean they do the exorcism rites, but that doesn't really count.
Read from the Bible,
a
couple times, but it's less focus on the actual words, and more focus on a priest is in your house and he is praying in this room.
Yeah, I find the interaction with this stuff fascinating from like a cultural standpoint when you get into these things. But I also just watched a movie about a SWAT team that gets sent back in time to kill Jesus Christ. So
totally normal.
Yeah.
Very, very standard plot line. Pops up in all sorts of movies.
So getting into the end of this movie, the
Yes.
Omen, not the one I just watched, which
No.
Chef's Kiss. Yeah, how do you feel about him after Jennings gets killed? He kind of goes like, all right, well, I guess I'm getting these magic knives and going to stab my child.
It's really interesting that that's the thing that pushes him over the edge.
Yeah, because you said you weren't too sure about how you felt about it.
It's difficult because I don't know how you end this movie and not go in that direction. I think one thing I like about it is that they do like at no point does Damien start speaking in tongues.
Right.
You know, he never like becomes demonic looking or has like an evil voice or like does anything particularly ominous.
To that point,
yeah,
they don't even have him say a word until that final scene, and the words that he says are "Don't, Daddy," or "Don't."
He talks earlier in the movie.
Does he?
Yeah. He doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
But he definitely talks earlier in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a couple, but he's he's an unnaturally quiet 5-year-old.
Yes.
Like 100%. If anyone has ever spent more than 10 minutes around a 5-year-old, they do not stay that quiet.
I was joking that the modern version of this movie, everything gets cleared up very quickly when Damien gets diagnosed with autism.
Yep. Just like, he just doesn't like talking to people.
Yeah.
Anyway. I think the sequence where he's moving through the house and is sort of like trying to get through the layers of defense that Mrs. Baylock has set up, which is this hellhound and then herself. Yep. I think that's really good.
Also a great name for your biography.
This hellhound and myself.
Yes.
Yeah. Only if I get to have a dog, though. I think the thing I struggle with is the ending to this movie is very bleak.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fucking bleak. Yeah.
I don't know how you get out of this without it being bleak.
I mean, the only way to get out of this without it being completely bleak is sort of I don't want to call it a schmaltzy ending because, like, his wife would still be dead, but it would be some sort of, like, Deus Ex Machina comes in and resolves the situation for him, you know?
Well, it's kind of, given the cards left on the table, the only... I don't even know if this would be a non-bleak ending, but the only real thing you could get that would be close to a happy ending is basically the Rosemary's Baby ending, where he kind of is like, you know what?
I'm on board.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's end the world.
Yeah.
Let's do it together, son.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Like he looks in his eyes and then he drops the knife and then they hug and then they go off.
He says, that's fine. Now that your mother's dead, I don't really care about the world. So let's go fuck shit up. How do you feel about that?
Have you been to Disneyland yet?
Yeah. How about you? What do you think?
I like it. I like it because this movie, they don't pull any punches in this movie, given the pieces that they're working with.
Yeah.
Like, they kill first they cripple the mother.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about the abortion thing.
Well, miscarriage.
Well, yeah, I bet. I think the abortion aspect I found hilarious because, like,
really,
well, because
somebody
the way they get into
audio,
it,
please.
the way they get, that's what I always say when I show up to the rallies. The way they get into it is she says to him, you know, I really don't want to have any more kids. And then he's like, yeah, me neither. And she goes, oh, okay, then you don't mind if I have an abortion.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
check and mate.
Her logic is flawless.
Yes.
I don't understand the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, first, I mean, and also she should, I don't know, maybe she should be into, Damien gave her what she wanted.
What?
No baby.
And then she got killed.
If she had realized what Damien did for her, maybe she wouldn't have.
I don't think it works that way. She couldn't be around because she couldn't inherit.
Yes.
That's the point.
Oh, I see.
Is that it clears the way that everything goes straight to Damien.
Right.
Yep.
But, you know, they cause her to lose the baby. Then they throw out her fucking window.
Yep. Through an ambulance.
The other guy, I mean, Jennings and the priest, yeah, you're expecting them to get killed at some point.
Yeah.
But that final push is pretty unnerving.
Yeah.
With him just dragging Damien.
Yeah, and like when he has him in the car and he's
just
using one hand to just push him down and
Yeah.
and Damien's like freaking out, understandably.
Devil's not so powerful now, is he? But yeah, and then he's dragging them into the church and like holding him down. He's got the knife and he's saying, "Don't kill me." That's pretty fucking intense.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And I feel like there's plenty of other movies that would have stopped that before it got to that point.
That's what I'm saying is I want to clarify that it's not that I dislike the ending to this movie.
Yeah.
It's just a very bleak ending.
Sure.
And so it can be hard to sit through the movie and then have your protagonist brutally gunned down at the last moment and fail in his quest and then know that this means in the world of this movie that the world is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, it's all extremely well done. And like I said, I don't know how you end this movie in any different way. I don't think you can.
Well, how can it be bleak with a smile like that at the end?
The president of the United States is adopting me now.
That happens, right?
Yeah, you know. take in this adorable orphan.
Yeah.
Look at those cherubic little cheeks.
Yeah. I think that bit's great. One of the things that so impresses me about this movie is that the lasting impact from it, you know, all of those three movies we were talking about all have their lasting impacts, right? Rosemary's Baby has coined the term Rosemary's Baby.
Yes.
The Exorcist is, you know, the puking and the head spinning.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah, everyone's saying that.
Yeah.
The Omen ruined a name for an entire generation of children.
Yeah. Nobody can be named Damien without it becoming...
I remember when I was in elementary school, I had a friend who had an older brother whose name was Damien. And he told me that, and I was like, your parents fucking high? Like, what do you mean they named him Damien? I currently have a friend with a son named Damien. This particular friend probably did it on purpose.
Sure.
But, like, Damien became... to the point where I, as a child growing up, assumed Damien was like a name from the Bible for Satan.
Yeah.
Like that's how closely tied these two things were.
I mean, it helps that it kind of sounds like the word demon.
Yes.
So I get it. It's a great pull. Like in terms of like, what are we going to name the child of Satan in our movie? Well, I mean, you know, he's like a demon. So he's like a little kid demon. A little demonic kid. Damien's good. Damien. Yeah, let's do it.
Thankfully, Damon Wayans missed that bullet.
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
It's a close
Would
one.
have been a different career for that guy. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's one of these movies that came out at the perfect time to just really hit the right way with the right generation of people and kind of have a lasting
when
impact.
Is The Exorcist again? Was that
73, I believe.
So this is a couple years later. And it's definitely less bombastic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
There's a lot less "let Jesus fuck you" and things like that.
A little bit.
So it's interesting. I feel like The Exorcist was so controversial, and I don't know if I did not do any reading. Sorry. But I don't get the sense that this movie was as controversial.
I don't think it was controversial. I just think it was effective.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But I mean, The Exorcist was controversial.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then you have a movie like this, which is not too far off from that. And instead it's very like, well, you know, maybe it's real.
I think Gregory Peck being the lead is a big element of that because he was apparently pretty much retired by that point, and he actually came back to do this movie. And again, he's so earnest and so stalwart. To see him in a movie like this is just like, well, that brings a certain amount of credibility to it.
Sure.
And you know, I think they get their licks in this. Like they don't have some of the more bombastic stuff of The Exorcist. But they do have the revelation that Damien is the son of a jackal.
Oh yeah,
like a literal animal.
They show a baby's skeleton with its head bashed. I'm not trying to. I'm not poo-pooing this movie at all. It's just really interesting to me that like the difference 3 years and a little less sexual innuendo will make.
Right. Yeah. I did think it was funny that the Satanists went out of their way to make the gravestones.
Yes.
And then they just dump the bodies into the holes.
Yeah. Well, I think they're supposed to be in like stone, like crypts, burial crypts.
Sure.
Because that's why they have those stones that they have to like haul off, and then there's like a cavern.
There's a nice little goof in there when they're opening the one for the child, where
Bambino.
Yeah, Gregory Peck kind of goes to like. Gets down on his knees and like bumps the thing,
and it
it just very easily shifts, and then the two of them are going like, ugh, movie magic.
I love that shit.
Music by Jerry Goldsmith. Of all of the things Jerry Goldsmith has written over the years, this is what he won an Academy Award for.
Nice.
Again, another thing that this kind of added to the lexicon is the Sanctus, that kind of Latin chanting stuff.
The perversion of the sort of Latin chanted mass.
Yeah, the one thing I was watching a little bit of a behind the scenes thing today that I didn't notice is that There's a scene where they drop out the music and they just use the whispering, the Latin, as the breathing of the dog.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I love that.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I love that because I noticed that scene where the soundtrack is the dog breathing and you're almost like from the dog's point of view.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know that's supposed to be the dog panting, but it sounds so weird. Why is it like that? And that's amazing. I love that. Fuck yeah.
And he almost didn't go to the Academy Awards ceremony because he had been nominated like 12 times or something and never won.
So he was just like, I'm really tired of being always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Yeah. And I mean, 76, some good movies coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he had some good opponents. But yeah, Absolutely. He won for this.
Cool.
Yeah, this is number 136. Is that what I said it was?
I believe so. Definitely ends in a 6.
Yes, it does. How do you feel about that placement on our list?
I feel like it should be closer to the top 100.
I agree.
I think it should be in the top 100.
Yeah, this is one where I think on any honest person's list, this is in the top 100.
Yeah. I mean, in addition to all of the stuff we've talked about already for the last, 90 minutes, this movie also does something that I'm trying to kind of rack my brain for other movies before it that did this. I know there have been a few movies since, notably a movie like Midsommar, where so much of the horror happens in very bright daylight.
Which is not easy.
It's not easy.
Very hard.
And stylistically, it goes against so many genre conventions and tropes that become conventions and tropes for a reason because they're effective. And yet this movie is like drenched in sunlight for the vast majority of it until the very end.
They go out of their way to, like, everything is bright. Everything is got kind of like that kind of glossiness to it.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out the greens in this movie as I was watching it were like fluorescent. And I don't know if that was the movie or if it was my TV because I'm watching it through my PlayStation.
Okay.
And the video game console input on my TV automatically jacks the color up on everything.
Yeah. It might be because I was also watching it through my PlayStation, but my TV is a dinosaur. And the greens were very green, but I would not even call them anything approaching fluorescent.
Yeah. Well, regardless.
Yes.
It's clearly they're amping up all of this color, especially towards the end. They start pulling it out.
Yeah.
As it gets closer and closer. And I think even if you want to get really technical about it, when they do the close up of the gun firing, that's basically in black and white.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very gray. But yeah, I just think this movie has had such a legacy pop culturally, a legacy effect on other films. Like I just can't imagine putting this lower than, in that bottom 100 to 200 on the list.
Yeah. And as I mentioned, Sam Neill, who unfortunately passed away recently, plays adult Damien in The Omen 3. The second movie is it's actually surprisingly sticks to continuity.
Oh.
Because the second one is about Damien living with the president. The third one is called The Final Conflict. There's Omen 4, The Awakening. Wow, I didn't know about that one. There's a remake from 2006, and then there is the prequel, The First Omen, which we will be talking about very soon on Patreon. Fun little piece of trivia.
Yes.
For me, anyway. Specifically for me. The release of The Omen, the remake of The Omen, is what was the catalyst for the yearly movie marathons that I used to do with our friend Jim, because it came out on 6/6/06.
Nice.
And so every year for 6 years we did it on the triple number until 2012, when the world ended.
So thanks, Satan.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's all remember to wake up and thank Satan every day.
Yes. Omen 4, was this like straight to video or something? This looks terrible. Anyway,
doesn't look great.
I think that's going to do it for us and The Omen. No randomizer today because we are doing Let the Right One In as our next main feed movie.
We only did the other version like 6 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was like one of our first movies.
I think it was. I think it was within the first 6 months.
And as I said when this came up initially, part of me was like, I don't know if I want to do this. We just watched that other one, and this time is
those
just,
COVID years, man. They're still fucking with us.
Yeah, time is just
2020 to like 2022.
It compresses like the vertebrae in my back from sitting down all the time, faster and faster. And then at some point, our winner of our trivia episode, Grim Santa, will be providing our next wild card episode. So looking forward to that.
Yes.
So if you'd like to help and support the show, head over to patreon.com/thepensky-file and check that out. Oh, also, I have a new comic book out called Hardstyle Juice, which was digitally released last year and is now in print. So go get some juice from your local comic book store.
I got my copy.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. Of course I did.
Or you can head to hardstylejuice.com. That will take you right to the Amazon page where you can order it directly. So thanks for checking that out. Thank you, Amanda.
Thanks, Clay.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.